This here is Boom Studios' Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic, issue number 10.
This issue does not continue from where issue number 9 left off. This is instead a standalone story about Billy, which takes place towards the beginning of the Rangers' adventures and before Tommy is introduced. We begin by seeing the Rangers fighting a monster in a park, and the artwork is noticeably different from the previous issues. More on that a bit later. Anyway, the monster is putting up quite a fight against the Rangers, so they resort to their blade blasters to keep it occupied, leaving Billy to take the final shot. However, Billy looks at the monster's face and is put off from firing. So Kimberly steps in and shoots an arrow from her power bow, which destroys the monster once and for all. As Billy failed to take the final shot, he apologizes to Kimberly, but she says it's alright and the monster freaked her out too. We then see Billy putting a book called The Hero's Quest down on his bed, before reaching for his power morpher and morphing. The morpher was drawn incorrectly, I might add, with the side buttons along the top and not the bottom. So Billy is in his blue ranger suit and then seemingly powers back down again. I didn't quite get to the point of this because he then puts his jacket on and leaves. He's upset as he passes a cafe and hears two people saying the Power Rangers are brave. Then Billy is sat in a canteen reading the Hero's Quest again. Trini comes over to ask Billy what he's reading, but he shuts the book and tells her it's a book about change. Billy then hears something, but Trini tells him to relax because it's only a siren. And then we jump into battle with Billy fighting off some putties and a giant monster in the background. He defeats the putties with ease with the help of his blade blaster. He then takes out another two putties to get to a trans-dimensional power siphon, which is rigged to detonate. With that under his arm, he heads towards the giant monster, taking out another putty along the way. And it looks like he was able to stretch the putty like elastic around two lampposts to use as a catapult for launching the power siphon at the monster. With the device nearing the monster, Billy fires a shot from his blade blaster, causing the power siphon to explode and destroy the monster. Zack says that was awesome, and it turns out it was all just a simulation. Billy goes to take a break and Zack asks Alpha, how many times has Billy ran this training program? Alpha tells him that was the 64th. Billy is working on the morpher frequencies and then Zack walks in and picks up The Hero's Quest. He recognizes the book from his creative writing class as some kind of formula. Billy opens up to Zack about what he's going through. In short, Billy doesn't think of himself as a hero. He tells Zack he followed the book and overcame all the dangers, but he is still afraid of battle. And we learn that Billy actually stays morphed under his clothes, which is why he seemingly morphed and powered down earlier on. Zack tells Billy it's fine for a Power Ranger to be scared because of what they have to deal with, but it's alright because the Rangers work as a team. He also tells him it's fine to be morphed under normal clothes for now, but he hopes he won't have to in the future. And he says that real life doesn't follow a formula. Next, the Rangers are grouped together around a table, and we basically get a reimagining of how they get their communicators. Different from the episode High Five, Billy presents the communicators to the others, but they don't try to use them and don't end up teleporting to the command center. The issue wraps up with Billy returning the Hero's Quest on the bookshelf and walking away. It was nice to see a solo story on Billy, considering how he was mostly absent from a few issues ago, and it was good to see how his character develops from this early stage to how he is in the present. The artwork this time round was a lot different. The style is less mature, but at this point in time of the story it does make sense because things haven't gotten too serious yet. So the artwork and story go together quite well.